everyone, welcome back. Today in this video, we will see how we can create a sprites in gamelab. What are the sprites? If you guys are thinking what are the sprites, check it out. It is already there in one of the video in my channel. So check it out, okay? But just to brief you out, sprite is nothing, but it could be any character. It could be an object which we want to put up on our games or animation, right? So a sprite could be anything. A sprite could be the background of the game. A sprite could be character of the game, or a sprite could be an object that is used in the game or my screen. Okay, so today in this video, we will see two things. One thing, how do we create a sprite in gamelab? Okay, and second thing, we will also see how we animate it. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and please keep sharing the videos. Okay, let's get started now. Very first step is log into code.org and create a gamelab project. So here we will use the same project which we created in the last video, animation text. So what we will do, we will use this same program. We will enhance it further to create an amazing animated greeting card, animated birthday card. Fine. So this is how it looks like from the last video. When I run it, this is how it looks like. It is an animated text. So now on top of that animated text, we will try to add some of the sprites. You can pick the sprites from the sprites toolbar. Creating a sprite has got 3 steps. And these 3 steps are, if I try to explain it to you, these 3 steps are, number 1, creating a sprite object. Okay. So the number 1 step is to create a sprite object. Number 2 step is to give a skin. Okay, give a skin to the sprite. So you have created a sprite object. Now that sprite object could be anything. That could be a character of your game, or that could be your background, or that could be maybe a artifact or some object in your game. It could be anything. So give a skin to your sprite. Don't worry, we will see how do we do that. And then draw a sprite. You can actually change many of the sprite properties as well in between as we want to. What are sprite properties? Sprite properties are basically what is the size of the sprite, what is the X and Y position of the sprite, what are the what are the velocity, and what is the width, height, etc. So that also you can change, but these are not mandatory properties to set, or these are not the mandatory line of code that you will have to write to create a sprite. These 3 lines of code are mandatory to create a sprite. So how do we create a sprite? First of all, create a sprite object, give a skin to your sprite, and then draw a sprite. So let's start writing. First of all, we will have to pick the sprite that we want to add. Because we are creating a greeting card, let me pick up a nice emoji. So I can probably pick up a smiley emoji, something like this I can pick up. Okay, so I picked up this emoji. Note down the name of this emoji, emoji _16 _1. If you like this name, keep it as it is. Otherwise, you may change it also. I am changing it to emoji. I am changing it to emoji, and this is the name that we will use in our program to give it a skin. So what is this? This is actually the skin of our sprite. I go back to my code. So for declaring a sprite object or creating a sprite object, this is the block that we use. Variable sprite is equals to create a sprite. Give a name to your sprite. I am giving it a name as my emoji. Okay, so this is how we create a sprite. What does it mean? It says create a sprite at this X and Y position. Means here 200, 200, somewhere here 200, 200. Create a sprite. But which is sprite? we will have to give this sprite now a animation. So you can either type it like this, my emoji plus animation, set animation. Inside the double quotes, you will have to give the name of your skin or name of your animation. So I am copying pasting so that there is no chance of any mistakes. So I do a copy paste of this exact test emoji. So what I have done in these two lines, I have created a emoji object. I give it a skin. What is the skin? This is the skin. Okay. And next is we need to draw it. So for drawing it, you can either type it or you can also pick the command from Word. It is here, draw sprites. Okay, so I put this draw sprite first outside draw function. I have put it outside draw function, and we know whatever is put it outside draw function will be executed only once. The code which is written inside draw function keeps on repeating itself till the lifetime of this code is running. Okay, so let's run it and see what happens. You can see this emoji is not being drawn. Why? Because you can see here we have this background blue. So it was drawn, but the background blue is actually hide it. So let's put it inside now. Let's put it inside. Okay. So every time this draw function is called, this emoji will be drawn. Okay. You can see this emoji is drawn here now. Okay. Now it looks a little bigger. So let me resize it. To resize the emoji, the command is again my emoji dot scale is equals to maybe 0.5. Let me try with 0.5. Okay, so 0.5 looks good, but it is coming in the middle, 200, 200. So I want it probably somewhere here. So maybe 80 and 300. 80 and 300. Okay, I am now changing the X and Y coordinate of this sprite emoji. Okay, fine. So we have created a sprite. We were able to draw it also. Let's create another sprite. So first thing, yes, pick it from animation, what we want to draw. It is a birthday card. So let's pick up a birthday, pick up something like this birthday cake. Okay. I will again copy this name because this is the name that we will use to set the skin of our sprite. Okay, so you can either type it or you can pick it also for the convenience purpose of the kids who are just starting with the text-based programming. I'm picking it. So this time I will give it name as cake, and it is creating a 200 200 X and Y coordinate. We will see what do we want to give it a name. Set animation. I had already copied the name, so it should be the exact name of my animation. So draw sprite is already there. Draw sprite will actually draw all the visible sprite. If they are visible, draw sprite function will draw it. Okay, the cake is too big. So we should change the size of the cake. So cake.scale is equals to, let me say, for example, 0.3. I don't want it that big. Okay, and probably it should come somewhere here. So 300, 300, let me change the X and Y position to 300 and 300. Okay, so we have my happy birthday greeting card where my happy birthday text is animated, and we have also drawn two sprites here, one emoji and one cake. Stay tuned. In the next video, we will learn how do we put some animation to this sprite. I will be sharing some tips and tricks to create some very good and very easy animations on a sprite. So stay tuned for my next video and see you soon. Bye-bye.